Who's got the rocket launcher? I say we blow it up. Now fire that thing.
It's for the city of sports, playing with a giant Nick. With my man S. Guard.
That's him.
You feel the vibe?
That's me.
We going live.
That's us.
That like button shared, you been subscribed.
Stadium.
That MetLife, Big Blue, home of the Braves.
Yeah.
That Turnpike, you can see that's where the game's played. NFL one day, then it's the NBA. Madison Square Garden, that's where the Knicks play. This that NY Logan, no it don't get broken. Legalized mean this shit smoking. I'm on topic, dropping another episode. The game winner, trade, maybe a field goal. Everybody right now doing the wave. You tune in, the show called TheMan-Cave. I see the chat, they always doing their thing. Big views, 85-inch screen. The game's on, you rush and bleed. Stay calm, you on the road and chill. Do the watch along. The show's on, the host, you know it's S-Guard. It's no telling the panel filled with guest stars. You're now rocking with the voice, you know who it is. It's your boy J Boogie. You're now rocking with my man S-Guard. I support him to the fullest, you heard? My man Mike Blaze. This is Alter Production. What that mean? We about to alter everything that's playing. Tune in. My man S.God. Support the show. Subscribe, share it. Most importantly, hit that like button.
What's good? What's good? What's good, YouTube? What's good, Twitter? Thank you for joining me. And on this beautiful Saturday, man, thanks for tuning in also to the Big Blues Cruise Sports Network, our newest network, like I said, and also to the Man-Cave podcast. Thank you for joining us, man, on this beautiful Saturday, man. And I know football season is starting, Florida State versus Georgia Tech is on right now. That score, I think, is 11-7 right now in that in the second quarter. And also, NFL preseason games are going all day, today and stuff like that, as well as the Giants and the Jets play later on at 7:30. So, we'll be doing that game too, man. But today, man, I know college basketball hasn't started yet, but it's right around the corner. So I just want to give you a little college basketball preview. Top 25 this year coming up, man. And hey, it's not your mom and pop's college basketball, no more like the Dukes, UNC, Connecticut, Kansas, all these teams from back in the day, man, due to the new ever-evolving college basketball, man, with the nil deals, the transfer portals, so college basketball is ever-changing, man. Back in the day, you could be like, man, my boys is coming back. We lose, we coming back next year, the year after that. It ain't like that no more. Yo, guys are leaving after one season at a school, man. So it's always like influx and stuff like that going on. So the continuity and all that thing is always going to be a problem and stuff like that, man. So it's an ever evolving world, man. College basketball. So yeah, without no further ado, like I said, and this season coming up, man, on the Big Blue Cruise Sports Network, man, we're gonna be coming at you with basketball, NBA, college, women's NCAA, and also WNBA. Football, we're going to have the NFL. We're also going to be streaming NCAA college football, stuff like that. Boxing, we got that covered. UFC, MMA, things like that. So, man, hey, we're going to cover everything, man. We're going one sports shop for everything that you need, bro. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get into it, man. Talk this college basketball top 25 this year, man. I'm looking at the list and so, like I said, I'm going to go over it. And you could, leave your comments in the comment section and just like, hey, man, just tell me how you feel, whatever is your team, what team you support, what team you like, what I'm saying, or you think a team is ranked too high, too low, let me know, man. Or you think they sleeping on the team, just let me know, man. Thanks for Neymar. Thanks, bro, for showing up. Saying shout out to you. Shout out to Coach Ed Gladney. What's good, bro? Yeah, y'all hit that like button, subscribe, and notify and share. Let's go Rutgers, Scarlet Knights, Scarlet Nation, college sports, baby. You know how it is. The Rutgers Scarlet Knights. I'm going to get into that too. Top 25, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, if this is your first time to my channel, man, please hit that like and subscribe button. Also share on all social media platforms, and also, like I said, the link is in the chat for the Big Blue Cruise Sports Network, man. Go ahead and subscribe to that network so that way you get all your updated information, because this season there's going to be one centralized location where all our contents will be at that Big Blue Cruise Sports Network. So go ahead and hit that button up right above there in the chat. Subscribe to it so that way you won't miss nothing. And also subscribe to all the Big Blue Cruise Sports Network, members. Coach Ed Gladney's Amazing World of Sports, my boy NYG Unpopular Opinion Sports, Big Pat Sports Talk, G Nation Inside Sports with Big Lou, Wales to New Jersey, Miz in the midday, Big Blue in the Bronx or Alex, Mac the Giant, Nick's Cast, you know, and also, like I said, my channel, Man-Cave Podcast and stuff like that, man. But like I said, without no further ado, man, we're going to get into a top 25, man. I'm going to go over this list. Let's see what they're going to be doing. Let me see what you said. Division III Sports, King University. Yeah, King College, King University. I know all about that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get in this top 25, man. Let me share this thing, man. Talking a little college basketball top 25. Like I said, this ain't your mom and pop's college basketball no more, man. And excuse me, one of the biggest question is gonna be this season. Can UConn three-peat? I know it has been a tough task. Nobody has been able to do it in a long, long time. But if there's any team that can do it, is UConn. But like I said again, with the ever-changing, transfer portal and nil deal, guys leaving for the pros and all that stuff, guys transferring out, it's going to be tough to duplicate and see if it happens. So that'll be one of the biggest story marks this season would be, can UConn three-peat? Great team, Danny Hurley has got that team on. Like I said, he's really built that program up, back-to-back national champs. You know what I'm saying? So he done brought some stability. He also had a chance to, I don't know how true it was. The rumors in the offseason was he had a chance to leave and go coach the Lakers, but he turned down an offer to stay at UConn to build, keep building what he's already built there at UConn. You know what I'm saying? What's good, Wales? What's good, bro? Yeah, like I said, so we'll take a look in the top 25 men's college basketball, man. Like I said, because this season, man, on the Big Blue Crew Sports Network, we will be streaming NCAA basketball. Always going to be streaming the top games. You know what I'm saying? Like the marquee matchups and things like that. So, it's going to be fun, man. Streaming college basketball. This season, college basketball should be fun. So let me pull up the top 25 college basketball rankings. We're going to go into it and also going to give their top games of the season. It's going to be their top games of the season. So let's get into it. All right. So we're going to start off with the number one team. Let me do it this way so that way you can see it better. The number one team, Kansas Jayhawks, coming at number one. Their projected starting lineup is going to be DeJuan Harris Jr., Zeke Mayo, the transfer from South Dakota State, AJ Storr, the transfer from Wisconsin, KJ Adams Jr., and Hunter Dickinson is going to be their starting five projected starting lineup. And their big game will be November 26th versus Duke in Las Vegas. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be a good game. It's our preseason number one team facing a projected number one pick in the 2025 NBA draft in Duke's Cooper Flag. The Jayhawks have big games against North Carolina, Michigan State early in the month, but role allocation should be a bit more defined by the time they arrive in Vegas. So that's what I say. Kansas Jayhawk, that was the team, like I said, always a good coach, always a good team coached by Bill Self. You know what I'm saying? Kansas is always in the mix. One of the blue bloods of college basketball. If anybody know the blue bloods, it's Duke, Kansas, Kentucky, UNC, and, to UConn as well. And, but like I said, Kansas is always a dangerous team. Say DeJuan Harris Jr. returns. Like I said, he's the point guard. Seems like he's been there forever. You know what I'm saying? Hunter Dickinson as well. You know what I'm saying? So they should have a good veteran leadership team for Bill Self this year with Kansas. So that's the number one team in the land. You know what I'm saying? If you agree, you could comment it in the comment section. If Kansas, you believe, is the number one team. Going down to number two is the Alabama Crimson Tide. Great team last year. They had a phenomenal season last year. A very strong team. Nate Oates is like, he's got that program rocking, man, down in Alabama. Alabama is one of the tougher teams. They one of the highest scoring teams last year. Like I said, had a great run, and I believe they lost in the championship. Yeah, they lost in the championship game to UConn. Great game, phenomenal season. They come in at number two. Their projected starting lineup is going to be Mark Sears, Latrell Wrightsell Jr., Chris Youngblood, the transfer from South Florida, Grant Nelson, and Clifford Omoyari, the transfer from Rutgers. So that is their projected starting lineup. And like I said, they are the number two ranked team in the land. And their big game this year will be December 4th at North Carolina. That's going to be a great game, man. You know what I'm saying? They have a slew of intriguing conference game this season with show up opponents for other top 25. But this trip to Chapel Hill is a big one for Nate Oates' team for a couple of reasons. You know, one, it's a rematch of last season's Sweet 16 matchup. And also, two, it's going to be a true road game for Alabama. So that should be interesting, man. What's good? Let me go back to chat. RC, what's good? Salute, bro. What's good? I think he came over from Michigan State to Kansas. He did. Hunter Dickinson. Yeah, he took that Neal deal and came over there, you know. And he's another one who's looked like he's been in college forever, you know, but we ain't gonna go in there. Number 3, coming the defending national champions, back-to-back champions, the UConn Huskies. Like I said, they're going for a three-peat, which hasn't happened in a long, long time. But like I said, if anybody could pull it off, it could be done. Can be Danny Hurley and the UConn Huskies. Like I said, they have built a solid foundation up there in Storrs, Connecticut. UConn is always in the mix. Like I said, very well coached team. The players are disciplined. Like I said, they come to play. You know what I'm saying? They lost a lot last year, you know, when they lost Klingon, also Stephon Castle. What is the other guy? What is his name? Spencer. I think they lost Spencer, the shooter. But they return Hassan Diarra. He'll be back. And then also they got the transfer from St. Mary's, Aiden Mahaney. You know what I'm saying? And then they got a top 10 freshman, one of the top recruits in the country, number 9 recruit, Leon McNeely. And Alex Caravan returns also, and also Samson Johnson. So that'll be their projected starting lineups this season for the UConn Huskies. Like I said, Donovan Klingon, big loss. Stephon Castle's a big loss. But, hey, UConn, I guess they don't rebuild. They just reload. You know what I'm saying? So, but their big game this year is going to be December 14th at Gonzaga at Madison Square Garden. And that's also going to be a rematch because UConn did blow out the Zags in Seattle last December. You know, so the Zags will be having redemption on their mind and revenge. But as always, you know what I'm saying, UConn will be fully ready. They should be one of the top teams again this year, the Huskies. And that's the 3rd ranked team in the top 25 coming into this season college basketball. We say RC Connecticut has the black slide just a little bit. They lost some huge pieces last season. Top 10, yeah, maybe, but 3-peating, I can't see it. Yeah, but like I said, that's the ever-evolving world of college basketball, man. You know, like I said, because of the transfer portal and the Neal deal, it's hard for guys to stay on one team. Like I said, they could be having a great season. They could put up a lot of points, but money talks, man. Guys end up transferring, leaving, man. They have more opportunities elsewhere, you know, since, you know, you don't have to sit out another year no more. So guys are just leaving at, you know, if they get more money, they out. So that's what makes it even tougher. And like I said, great job by these coaches that can do it year in and year out, can keep these guys together, keep them, you know what I'm saying, right there to the end, Final Four team. But like I said, yep, it's going to be tough for UConn to three-peat this time. But like I said, you just never know, man. Like I said, Danny Hurley has built a great program down there, man. I mean, up there in Storrs, man. So more kudos to them and stuff like that. But they are the number 3 ranked team. Like I said, are they number 3? Yeah, in my case, number 3 probably should be number 1, but you know, they lost a lot, but we will see. Coming in at number 4, the Houston Cougars, another tough team, always tough, man. Kelvin Sampson, as everybody knows that the Houston Cougars, a tough team. They're one of the teams that's always like right there too at the end, always known for their great defense and stuff like that, you know, so they could wear you down with their defense, their length and things like that. Physical team, always a physical team when you play the Houston Cougars. And their projected starting lineup is going to be the transfer from Oklahoma, Milos Uzan. They're going to have LJ Cryer, Emmanuel Sharp, Jawan Roberts, and Javier Francis. That's going to be their starting lineup this season for the Houston Cougars. Like I said, always a top 10 team. These guys, they're a very, very physical team, man. Houston is a very physical team. Their big game is also November 26th in Vegas. So that's going to be that tournament. And they're going to be playing against Alabama. And that's going to be a huge matchup, a great matchup. Calvin Sampson against Nate Oates and that Alabama team. And also, you know, say Mark Sears, but there's, yeah, we want to see Mark Sears and Jamal Shed this season, but there's more than enough. Yeah, those guys are going and stuff like that. They also lost some players too. You know, they lost Jamal Shed, a great defensive player for Houston. He will be missed, but like I said, Houston always a tough team, man. at number 4. So far, the top 4 is great. Number 5, another team, Gonzaga, the Bulldogs, another fixture in the top 25. Gonzaga always always among the leaders in the college basketball. And Mark Few and that team, like I said, year in and year out, they keep reloading. One good guys leave out, another one steps in, man. And their projected starting lineup is going to be Ryan Nembhard, Nolan Hickman, Michael Ajayi, he's the transfer from Pepperdine, Ben Gregg, and also Graham Ike is there. They'll round out that starting 5. Like I said, Gonzaga, another team that's always there, Final Four team contender. Like I said, they lost last year to UConn. Great game. And their big game this year will be December 28th against UCLA. This isn't a true road game for Gonzaga with this set to take place at the Intuit Dome, a short drive south of the Bruins campus. Now, why does Zags have that typical loaded non-conference schedule? This first game is in a 2-year series, likely to be one of their final road tests before the NCAA tournament. But like I said, again, the usual suspects are always in the top 5 or the top 10 in the top 25 college basketball. So Gonzaga, another top 5, top 10 team. Great team as always. Mark Few, always there. Like I said, he's always in there, man. Final Four, and so that'll be a great test for them. Coming in at number 6 is the Baylor Bears and Scott Drew. And these Baylor Bears, like I said, another physical team. You know what I'm saying? They always there too. They're another physical team. They have great guard play in the backcourt as always. So it's not a surprise to see Baylor in this top 6. They lost some players last year, but they also got some transfers this year, including Jeremy Roach from Duke, one of my our starting point guard. Jeremy Roach from Duke, Jaden Nunn. And then also they have a top 3 freshman in the country, one of the top 5 freshmen recruits coming out of high school, VJ Edgecombe, 6'5" swingman. And also their other starter is going to be Langston Love and Norhad Omir will round out their starting 5, for Baylor. Coming in at number 6, like I said, the usual suspects is always up in the top 6, top 5, top 10, stuff like that. So Baylor, that's about right for them and stuff like that. They lost some players, but they also, like I said, got some good ones coming in. Jeremy Roach, the point guard, transfer from Duke. VJ Edgecombe, the one of the prize recruit coming in the country, high school recruit. And their big game is going to be December 4th at UConn, which will be a true road game for Baylor. So that should be a great matchup, man. Jeremy Roach, VJ Edgecombe going up against UConn at UConn. That should be a great matchup, man. And like I said, Scott Drew does great work. Let's get back to chat. Houston's mad solid. Yeah, they always mad solid, man. Man, the one thing these top 5 all get in common is the interchangeable pieces and parts, swap in and swap out. That's what they do, man. That's what they do. Top team, like I said, always, man. Scott Drew is such an underrated coach. He came and built this program into his own powerhouse, always competing and even getting top talent on board and getting them professionally drafted. That's right, man. He's getting top 5 recruits, man. 5-star recruits are coming in, man, at Baylor. And coming in at number 7 is the Iowa State Cyclones. The Cyclones come in, another team that's like, Iowa State known for some tough defense and stuff like that. They were one of the top defensive teams last year, stuff like that. Coming into this year, their projected starting lineup is going to be Tommen Lipsey, Curtis Jones, Keyshawn Gilbert, and Milan Momcilovic, and also Deshaun Jackson will round out their starting 5 for number 7 ranked Iowa State Cyclones. And their big game is going to be in the Maui Invitational. This multi has no sorts of ranked teams this coming season with UConn and North Carolina Auburn joining the Cyclones in Hawaii. Man, that's going to be a tough one, bro. UConn, North Carolina, and Auburn is going to be in Hawaii in this tournament to play with the Cyclones and stuff like that. The Maui Invitational should be great, man. Can't wait for that Maui Invitational. Always a great tournament year in and year out, so that's great. Ralph, what's good, Ralph? El Capitan. Talk a little college basketball here. And so Iowa State rounds out number 7, the Cyclones. Coming in at number 8. At number 8 is the Duke Blue Devils coming in at number 8. And I gotta be a little bit biased here, because as always, you see what's going on. You see what's going on right there. You see what's going on right there. Always the brotherhood, you know what I'm saying? The brotherhood. Always repping the brotherhood. So number 8 coming in at, like I said, number 8 is going to be the Duke Blue Devils. Yeah, we lost a little bit. Lost Jeremy Roach, the point guard. We also lost Kyle Filipowski, Jared McCain. We had some transfers transferring out. Mark Mitchell transferred out. Sean Stewart, and some other guys and stuff like that. So it's going to be a down year. They lost a lot, but then they also gained a lot because they got the number 1 recruiting class coming in this year, led by Cooper Flagg, the number 1 recruit coming in. Also, you got Isaiah Evans, Con Nipel. You got the center, Kaman Maliuch, coming in also Darren Harris and stuff like that. So, hey, man, hey, that's what it is, man. In with the out, in with the old, in with the new, what I'm saying? That's how it goes. So we have to rebuild and stuff like that. But coming in, our projected starting lineup this year is going to be Tyrese Proctor, Caleb Foster, of course, Cooper Flagg, the number 1 recruit in ESPN, Malik Brown, the transfer from Syracuse, and also the other 5-star center, Kaman Maliuch, from Sudan. So that's our projected starting lineup. And yeah, like I said, the Duke team, like I said, we really haven't had an elite point guard like the Jason Williams and the Kyrie Irvings of the past. That's been one of Duke's problems like recently and stuff like that. Yeah, we got some point guard play, but we just haven't had that elite point guard, like we're used to having. That elite point guard like Jason Williams make a difference. Kyrie Irving, those type of point guards make a difference. Don't know much about them, but I'll keep my eye out for Iowa State. Yeah, Iowa State is always there though. They one of the top teams in the Big 12. Yeah, Cooper gonna cook, gonna cook. You think? Yes, and then bro, and I've been the big disappointed. Tyrese Proctor still should be interesting year for Duke. Yeah, that's true. As far as Cooper, see the thing about it is like when you come with a recruiting class like that, yeah, he's gonna be the number 1, but then you gotta share the wealth too. So that'll take away from him too. So his numbers ain't gonna be as big as people may think because, like I said, you're gonna have other guys there too sharing it. Now, if he was just him and a bunch of other guys on the team, yeah, then he'll be the main man on the team like that, which he still will be the main man, which the offense will run through him. But like I said, there's other guys that's going to contribute and stuff like that. So his numbers may not be as big as some of the other ones, like if they like the top, option on their team or the only option on their team. So, but he should fit right in. Like I said, he's an all-around player, so he should fit right in with us and stuff like that. So that's the number 18 and Duke. And like I said, their big game is November 12th. They'll be down here in Atlanta against Kentucky and the Wildcats. So Kentucky is, going through a little bit of a change, with John Calipari, longtime coach there, has left. So they're under a new coach right now. So we'll see how they turn out too. But like I said, in the past, that would have been like a big matchup. And it still is a big matchup. Kentucky still got some players there. So it's not like they lost everything. So that still should be a great matchup, with Duke and Kentucky. And number 8. So number 9 coming in, number 9 team is the Arizona Wildcats, who had a great year last year. Arizona was one of the top teams last year. They were one of the highest scoring teams last year in college basketball. Yeah, they lost some players and stuff like that, but they also returned some players too. And also their projected starting lineup is Jaden Bradley, Caleb Love, who seemed like he's been there forever too. KJ Lewis, Trey Townsend, Motisius Krivas will be their starting lineup this season. Like I said, last year they had a phenomenal season, like I said, and they should keep rolling again, like I said, in it's not the Pac-12 anymore, so I guess the new conference they joined. So they should be ready. Like I said, a sound team, So I expect nothing but the best from Arizona this year. Like I said, always one of the top 25 teams, Arizona, year in and year out. Great coaching and stuff like that. So it should be good. Their big game would be in the tournament, the Battle for Atlantis, November 27th through the 29th. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be similar to the Maui Invitational, you know what I'm saying? And then this one is also going to have Gonzaga, Indiana, Louisville, and Providence will be in there also. So that should be a good test for Arizona with Gonzaga in there. Indiana is also a good team in there too. So That's the number 9 ranked team, the Arizona Wildcats. Coming in at number 10, top 25. Duke's biggest rival down the road, 8 miles down the road, Tobacco Road, Chapel Hill, the North Carolina Tar Heels, coming in at number 10. Yeah, they lost a little bit of players too, North Carolina, but they also kept some players and they brought in some good recruits too and stuff like that. I mean, if you talk about North Carolina, man, I'm surprised. Like I've not every time you look at North Carolina, one name that you always see, I want to say for the last 7 or 8 years have been Armando Bacot. And when you see the number 10 team in the nation, North Carolina, without his name on the team, you're like, wow, it is definitely a new era with Armando Bacot off the team now because he's been there forever. He's probably the longest tenured college basketball player. But their expected starting lineup should be Elliot Kadu. RJ Davis is returning. He's he should be a senior or something like that, but he's their main man, RJ Davis. Also, the number 7 recruit in out of high school, Ian Jackson, will be also on the starting lineup. Kay Tyson, a transfer from Belmont, and Van Allen Lubin will round out the top 5 for the North Carolina Tar Heels in Chapel Hill. Hubert Davis, like I said, sometimes Carolina start out slow, but by the middle season towards the end, those guys be rolling and stuff like that. So it should be another interesting year. But like I said, Hubert Davis doing a good job down there at North Carolina. Like I said, the Tar Heels were number 10 in the nation. Like I said, due to the losses that they had with Armando Bacot and those other guys. But their big game is going to be November 8th at Kansas. That's going to be that's really going to be a great game at number 1 Kansas at Fog Allen Fieldhouse. That should be good. It's a true road game for the Tar Heels. And 2 preseason All-Americans going to be RJ Davis and Hunter Dickinson. So that should be a great, great, great game, man. So the Tar Heels will be number 10. The North Carolina Tar Heels coming at number 11. Bruce Pearl and the Auburn Tigers. Yeah, the Tigers, like I said, another one of those tough teams that can beat you up any kind of way. They're a physical team. They can score. You know what I'm saying? Auburn is a team that gives you fits, man. It's not a team they're never a cakewalk. When you play Auburn, you're in a battle. It's a battle, man, with Bruce Pearl's team. So Auburn Tigers last year, they were one of the top teams as well, too. So, it's only fitting, like I said, they had a number 11 coming into the season. Their projected starting lineup should be J.P. Priggs, Denver Jones, J.P. Pugs, transfer from Furman. So they got the transfer for Furman. Denver Jones. Also, another transfer from Georgia Tech is Miles Kelly, Chad Baker Mazzaro, and Johnny Broom rounds out the starting lineup for the Auburn Tigers coming in at number 11. Like I said, another team that's phenomenal. They had a great season last year. Tough team as always. And their top game this year will be November 9th at Houston, man. That should be a great game, man. 2 physical teams going at it. Houston and Auburn should be a great, great game. That's a game I probably want to see, as far as like their physicality and things like that. So that should be a great game for Auburn against Houston, November 9th. All right. Number 12, the 12th ranked team, the Texas A&M Aggies. Aggies are another team that was good last year. They had a great season last year. Like I said, let me see if they lost a player. Don't look like they lost too many players last year. Nope. They bring back they projected starting lineup. They bring back the top player, Wade Taylor IV. Also, Manny Obaseki, Zurich Phelps, Henry Coleman III, and Pharrell Payne will round out the top 5 for the Texas A&M Aggies at number 12. Like I said, they had a good season last year and stuff like that. And also another Big 12 team, so they should be in there battling with Iowa State this year in the Big 12. And their big game this year is going to be December 14th against Purdue in Indianapolis. Last year that would have been a great, great marquee game, but this year with against Purdue with Zach Edey gone and things like that, Purdue has fallen down. They used to be a top 5 team with Zach Edey, but he's gone now, so they will have to rebuild and start all over again. So that's the number 12 team in the land is the Aggies. All right, coming in at number 13, man, for the top 25 is going to be these Tennessee Volunteers. Another physical team. Another physical team again. You know, it's anytime they think about Tennessee Volunteers, man, it's a tough team, man. Playing in an SEC conference, like I said, playing against Auburn and those type of teams. Another top team, tough team, and their projected starting lineup this year is going to be Zakai Ziegler, Chaz Lanier. He's the transfer from North Florida. Jamal Meshack, Darlinstone Dubar. He's the transfer from Hofstra. And Felix Opara. He's a transfer from Ohio State. So they have 3 transfers in their starting lineups, which means it's going to have more experience in their lineup and things like that. And like I said, they lost Dalton Connect, their wonderful shooter, you know what I'm saying, their long-range bomber. Dalton Connect was a big weapon for them last year. He's gone now and stuff like that. So they have to pick up the pieces too a little bit. But with these transfers coming in, they shouldn't fall off too much because they're coming in with experience and stuff like that. But like I said, always a tough team, man. Tennessee is always a tough physical team. You know what I'm saying? Going against Auburn in that conference, the SEC. So that should be a great battle. You know what I'm saying? But they coming at number 13 this year. So they ain't too far from the top 10. Their big game this year is going to be November 21st or 22nd. The Bahamas Championship is a 2-day trip to the Caribbean. Let me see the volunteers. Okay, so in that tournament is going to have Baylor in there, St. John's, and Virginia. Ooh, man, they're going to have some physical teams. Baylor and Virginia. Virginia's always physical, man. They're always a tough team. St. John's is they're coming there on the up and up too. So that's going to be a great tournament. The Bahamas Championship up there, November 21st and 22nd, Tennessee. Number 13 team in the country. Number 14 team in the country, the Arkansas Razorbacks, and their new head coach, old coach from Kentucky, John Calipari, takes over the Arkansas Razorbacks. So Arkansas fans should be excited. Like I said, they should also be expecting to also be year after year being battling for the top recruiting class now since John Calipari's there, because that's what he do. He recruits, you know, so it's going to be a great thing for them, man. At Arkansas, the number 14 team in the country, their projected starting lineup. There we go again. DJ Wagner, transfer from Kentucky. He follows Calipari from Kentucky. Other starter, John L. Davis, another transfer from Florida Atlantic. Great guard. And also the recruit, the freshman, number 26 recruit in the land, Carter Knox, the younger brother of former Kentucky Wildcats NBA player Kevin Knox. So Carter Knox, the younger brother, joins John Calipari at Arkansas. And Trevon Brazil also, and Jonas Adu. So we'll round out the top 5 for starting 5 for Arkansas this season. Like I said, Arkansas is going to be more of like a rebuild because it's all these guys are new players with a new coach. So they're going to have to learn, to gel. So you have to give it some time, so they most likely they're going to start out slow coming out the gates, but like I said, as the season progresses, they should pick it up, man. They should pick it up. You see, that's the aim, bro. I was sitting here wondering if my Tennessee Vols is going to be still on the list. I'm really too heavy for Iowa men's, more of a Tennessee men's. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Tennessee's there, man. They did, like I said. They're always going to be there, man. You know what I'm saying? And number 13 sounds about fair, seeing as, he lost Dalton Connect. Mm-hmm. You heard the running joke, right? Calipari won't stop until he coaches every team in the SEC. Hey, it might be that way, you know what I'm saying? But the thing with Calipari is like, hey, man, he stays at some places for a while, so he's getting up in their age. So if he stays another 8-10 years at Arkansas, this could be his final go round, you know what I'm saying? Because he was at Louisville, he was at Kentucky, stuff like that. So, hey, man, it'll be all right, But yeah, so he'll be that Arkansas for a minute, man. So we'll see what's up with him, man. But like I said, that's the number 14 team in the land, and their big game is December 10th versus Michigan at Madison Square Garden. So that should be a good game. Michigan and a first-year head coach Dusty May. because Michigan, Juwan Howard is no longer the coach at Michigan, so they got a new coach too. So there'll be another team that will be like trying to pick up the pieces. Okay, coming in at number 15, there's going to be the Creighton Blue Jays, man. The Creighton Blue Jays, like I said, Coach McDermott always got them guys, like I said, in the top 10, top 15. Like this, Creighton is always one of those power teams and stuff like that. They were a great team last year. They was in the tournament last year. They gave teams fits last year. They had shooters last year, so they was putting up points. And so Creighton is always a tough out, man. There's never an easy game with Creighton and stuff like that. To beat those guys, you're going to have to score points against Creighton. And you ain't just going to, have a low-scoring game and beat them. You're going to have to keep putting up points against Creighton. So their projected starting lineup coming in this season is going to be Stephen Ashworth. They're going to have Pop Isaacs, the transfer from Texas Tech. Another transfer coming in, Jemiah Neal, is a transfer from Arizona State. Mason Miller and Ryan Kalkbrenner will round out the top 5 for Coach McDermott and the Creighton Blue Jays at number 15. Like I said, that's a Creighton is always a tough team. And their big game is December 4th versus Kansas. Ryan Kalkbrenner versus Hunter Dickinson down low. That should be a great matchup of the big man and stuff like that. So the Creighton Blue Jays, like I said, they come in at number 15. Like I said, man, comment down in the comment section down below, man, if you feel like some of these teams are ranked too high or they rank too low and stuff like that. And like, who is your sleeper team coming in this year that people are sleeping on and they might surprise people and stuff like that? Because like I said, even though these rankings are way too early, but that's how it is sometimes, just to get the juices started and start getting these teams ready for the season. All right, coming in at number 16 is the runner-up, the Purdue Boilermakers, perennial Final Four contenders for the last 4 or 5 seasons when Zach Edey was there, but Edey is no longer there now, so Purdue dips down into number 16. They dropped to number 16 with the Purdue losing Zach Edey. And their projected starting lineup is Braden Smith, Fletcher Lawyer, Camden Hyde, Trey Kaufman-Renn, and Daniel Jacobson, 4-star, like a 4-star recruit out of high school. So basically, it looked like they haven't got no. Series is terrific. So Daniel Smith versus Mark is terrific. Yeah, like I said, it looks like they didn't get no really big transfers coming in. I know they lost some transfers and stuff like that. So they basically look like this, like the guys from the team from last year, with the freshman Daniel Jacobson is going to be in the starting 5. So like I said, it's going to be a transitional year for the Purdue Boilermakers. Like I said, they'll be picking up the pieces too, recovering from the loss of Zach Edey, their longtime stalwart there, at Purdue. So it'll be a different thing, you know what I'm saying? Everybody used to seeing like Purdue and their 7'4" center and stuff like that when they play against Purdue, but they don't have to worry about that going into this season because Zach is gone. And their big game, Purdue Boilermakers, their big game is going to be November 15th versus Alabama. That's going to be another good matchup. It's a tough matchup for them against Alabama. It's we have a slew of games to watch, yeah, because they have to go up against Mark Sears and that Alabama team with Nate Oates, the coaches. Like I said, Alabama is always a high-scoring team. They're a great team. So that's going to be a tough matchup for Purdue versus Alabama. Coming in at number 17 is going to be the Marquette Golden Eagles. The Golden Eagles ranked at number 17. They were one of the good teams last year. Like I said, they had a great season last year. They lost some players too, but hey, they also returned players. And their projected starting 5 look like it's guys from, guys that was on the team anyway. So their projected starting 5 will be Sean Jones, Cam Jones, Stevie Mitchell, David Joplin, and Ben Gold. So that'll round out the Marquette starting 5. They said they lost the NCAA all-time, not all-time, but the NCAA assist leader last year, and Tyler Kolek last year, the point guard. So, like I said, they'll be starting over at their point guard position. And their big game this year is going to be December 4th at Iowa State. That's going to be another tough game against Iowa State. Iowa State, like I said, is a tough physical team. And with Tyler Cole out the door this season, the Golden Eagles going to be Cam Jones' team. He'll be the focus of Iowa State's elite defense. Yeah, particularly Tamin Lipsey. one of the best defenders in college basketball. Yeah, so that's gonna be. I know that's gonna be a tough matchup for Marquette. He said they bugging Purdue way too high. Yeah, they got him at number 16, but like I said, they lost a lot. I agree with you. I think they should be at the like in the 20s or something like that, but they got him at number 16. But, like I said, that's just the rankings. And when the season starts playing out, we'll find out more about Purdue, how they're gonna fare without Zach Edey out there no more as a focal point. And that was the Marquette Golden Eagles, man, at number 17 coming into college basketball's top 25 this season. Number 18 is going to be what's the name? The Indiana Hoosiers and Mike Woodson coach. The Indiana Hoosiers coming into this. They had a great season last year. It was kind of like an up and down year and stuff like that. So, I thought they was going to come in like one of the better teams last year. But like I said, they had an up and down last year. Indiana, they lost some players too. They lost Kyle Ware, the center who was in the draft, the first round pick this year. So that was a big loss for them. And then coming into this year, their projected starting five is going to be Miles Rice, Kanan Carlisle, also Mackenzie Ngbakbo, he's a top 5 recruit like a couple of years ago out of high school from out of New Jersey. Also, Miles Rice is a transfer from Washington State. Kanan Carlisle is a transfer from Stanford. So that's 2 transfers there with Mackenzie and Malik Renault. And then also they got the I think the big man from Arizona, the transfer Umar Ballo. So he's the big man from Arizona from last year. So they got 3 transfers coming in to help Mike Woodson out this year. So they should be okay. They should be okay with with more experience and size and things like that. And like I said, so this year I want to see how Mackenzie Mbako going to do because, like I said, he was a top 5 recruit coming out of high school a couple of seasons ago. So this is his show to run right now. And I'm gonna be tuning in to see how he plays this year for Indiana, the Hoosiers at number 18. Their big game this year is going to be again the tournament, the battle for Atlantis. November 27th and 29th in the Bahamas. Mike Woodson, Gonzaga and Arizona will enter the tournament as favorites, but yeah, so they got to go up against Gonzaga and Arizona in that battle for Atlantis tournament. So that should be great. But like I said, the Indiana Hoosiers coming at number 18. Like I said, last year they had an up and down year, and I don't know what more to expect from those guys this year coming in. Especially losing Kyle Ware and stuff like that. Number 18. Let me know if you think they're too high or they too low. Coming in at number 19 is the Cincinnati Bearcats. And the Bearcats, like I said, they are another one of those teams that's a scrappy team. Like I said, year in and year out, they're always in the top 25. Sometimes they be in the middle of the pack, or sometimes they be up there in the top, top 10, top 5, and stuff like that. So we'll see what they have this season. Coming into this year, their starting 5 is going to be Day Thomas, Connor Hickman, the transfer from Bradley, Dan Skillings Jr., Dylan Mitchell, and Aziz Bandajo will be their starting lineup for the Cincinnati Bearcats. Coming into this year, like I said, they are the 19th ranked team. Their big game will be December 14th against their in-state rival Xavier. That's always a great battle between Cincinnati and Xavier. Another team that's another great top 25 team, Xavier. So Cincinnati Bearcats will come in at number 19. Don't know what to expect from these guys. Like I said, they're generally like one of the top 15, top 10 teams, with the Bearcats. Like I said, always playing tough defense, things like that. So you never know what to expect with those guys. Coming in at number 20, man, is going to be the Ole Miss running Rebels. The Ole Miss Rebels, like I said, they started the year off good last year to me, but like I said, they kind of fizzled and stuff like that. So don't know what too much to expect from Ole Miss this year, but look like they got a lot of they got some transfers coming in, so they got some experience coming in and stuff like that. So we'll see what they do this year. Their projected starting lineup is going to be Sean Padula, a transfer from Virginia Tech, Matthew Morrell, another transfer coming in is going to be Dre Davis from Seton Hall, and then Jermaine Brakefield. And then another transfer coming is Malik Dia from Belmont. So they're going to have 3 transfers in the lineup, with some experience. So, like I said, they should be okay. The Ole Miss Rebels playing in the SEC this year. Like I said, last year they were one. They started the season real good, and then at some point they started collapsing and fizzling out. But like I said, this year they should pick it back up again. Ole Miss, the 20th ranked team in the nation, and their big game is November 28th and 29th at the Children's Invitational, which is a trip to Louisville. And they're going to be joined this year by Purdue, NC State, and BYU. So that'll be in that tournament rate, the Children's Invitation. So not too much of a tough teams over there in that tournament. So be interesting, but they are the 20th ranked team, the Ole Miss Rebels. Coming in at number 21 is the Florida Gators. Another team, like I said, another team that's like, yeah, it's like a Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You don't know which Florida Gators teams you're going to get. Yeah, they lost some some talent and stuff like that, but they also got some transfers coming in too for Florida this year. But like I said, another team, don't know what to expect with Florida. They start the season out good, and then another team that just go down by the wayside or something like that. So I have to know more about it. But if you're a Florida Gator fan, you could tap in, you could comment on there, let me know about their team, the Florida Gators, how you feel about them this season. If you think they're going to be a sleeper team, they're going to make some noise or something like that. And I'm looking at their starting lineups right now. It's going to be Walter Clayton Jr. The transfer coming in is going to be Elijah Martin from out of Florida Atlantic, Will Richards, Alex Condon, and also the transfer from Washington State, Ruben Chinyula, will round out the top 5 for the Florida Gators coming in this season. And their big game is going to be December 17th against North Carolina. That game will be in Charlotte at a neutral site. So they'll be taking on RJ Davis and the UNC Tar Heels. So it should be a good matchup for Florida and stuff like that. Like I said, they were one of the teams that's, they're Heckle and Jekyll and Dr. Hyde and stuff like that. You don't know what to expect. But when they are good, they are a tough team, though. Florida, like I said, for the main part, Florida has been one of the better teams in college basketball, always around the top 25, top 15, stuff like that. So they have a lot of stability and stuff like that. So they should have a great year. Coming in at number 22 is the Texas Longhorns. Coming in at number 22 and Shaka Smart. Smart 22 Texas Longhorns. Like I said, another team that was one of the tougher teams last year and the year before, the Texas Longhorns. They lost some players too and stuff like that, but they should be there again. Like I said, they always around the top 25 and stuff like that. So they should be all right, man. This season coming in, man, they're gonna have their starting line is gonna be Jordan Pope, Tremont Mark, Trey Johnson is the highly prized high school recruit coming in. He's the number 5th ranked player in the country, Trey Johnson from out of Texas. Also, my bad, Jordan Pope. The starting line of Jordan Pope is a transfer from Oregon State. Tremont Mark is a transfer from Arkansas. And also another transfer from Indiana State is going to be Jason Kent. And Caden Cedric is going to round out the top 5 for the starting lines for the Texas Longhorns. Like I said, so they got 3 transfers coming in to pair up with the top 5 freshmen coming out of high school, Trey Johnson. And their big game is going to be November 4th versus Ohio State in Las Vegas. And a chance, and that's where UConn will be in that tournament as well. So they have a chance. They may run into UConn there too. So that should be a great game. A great tournament in Las Vegas. So the number 22 ranked team is the Texas Longhorns. Coming in at number 23. Wow. You don't see this very often. Kentucky Wildcats coming in at number 23. Usually they're on the other end of the spectrum, around the top, number 1, 2, 3, top 10, top 5 team. But with the departure of Coach John Calipari and a bunch of recruits, this is what has happened. Like I said, with the transfer portal, the NIL deals and things like that, Kentucky lost just about everything when John Calipari left. So the new coach, I think it's Mark, is it Pope? He's the new coach. So he had to get in here and get some recruits, and he had to get some transfers coming in, man. So it's going to be another trying season for Kentucky because you're going to have a bunch of new guys, even though they're transfers. these guys got to gel together, so they got to learn to play together, and they're all new players. So it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be a trying season this year for the Kentucky Wildcats, coming in at number 23 this year with a new coach. And like I said, the cover was left bare when John Calipari left. So Mark Pope is coming in with his players, some transfer players, and he has to get his recruits too. But his starting lineup coming to the season, and these guys are all transfers. It's going to be Kerr Krisa. He's a transfer from West Virginia. Otega Owe. He's a transfer from Oklahoma. Jackson Robinson, a transfer from BYU. Andrew Carr, a transfer from Wake Forest. And Amari Williams, a transfer from Drexel. So this is unprecedented when you see all starting 5 players are transfers from different school. So like I said, it's going to be a long season. His first season for Mark Pope at Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? So he has to build his own program from the ground up with the departure of John Calipari when he took his players. So Mark Pope has had to come in there and roll up his sleeves and get to work, and the first thing of business is he had to get transfers in there to at least keep afloat for the season. Then he has to start getting the recruits in there. So it's going to be a long season for Kentucky. They're at number 23 right now. They could drop out of the top 25. I mean, they're right there at the bottom, so they could drop out at any time, depending on some losses and things like that. Because, like I said, it is going to be a trying season for the Kentucky Wildcats. It's a new era in their basketball, so they're not used to this. So they will have to find their way, swim with the sharks and things like that. But like I said, Mark Pope will have the chance to stamp his own print on this program, build it the way he wants to build it, so it's going to be Kentucky Wildcats fans going to have to sit in here and just like, it's going to be some frustration and things like that, because like I said, a lot of new players and stuff like that. So, this is going to be a rebuild season. And their big game this year, of course, is going to be against their rival, the Louisville Cardinals. So that should be a game. Like I said, I mean, in the past, those was a marquee games, but right now with Kentucky in flux and going against Louisville, so that's their big game coming in this year. So they are the number 23 ranked team. Coming in at number 24 is the UCLA Bruins. Another top team, one of the top teams in college basketball history, rich tradition. The UCLA Bruins, like I said, they are all the way down to number 24. This team, like I said, usually you see UCLA in the top 15, top 10, top 5, back in the day. But like I said, this is not your mom and pops college basketball anymore with the NIL deal and also the transfer portal. Guys are leaving left or right. Guys are transferring in. Guys are transferring out. So you can't have no stability. And coming into the season, the coach of UCLA is Mike Cronin and stuff like that. So he's going to have his hands full. But like I said, it looks like they got like a couple of transfers coming in. So they'll be the starter lineup. So his starter lineup is going to be Dylan Andrews, Sebastian Mack, Kobe Johnson, Lazar Stefanovic. Kobe Johnson is a transfer from USC, and also another transfer is Tyler Bilodeau from Oregon State. Will round out the top 5 for Mike Cronin and his UCLA Bruins at the number 24 ranked team in the country. With UCLA, their big game this year is going to be against Arizona in Phoenix. This used to be a Pac-12 game, is a rivalry, but this time they're in different conferences, new conferences and stuff like that. So that game against Arizona, I think Arizona's the number 9 team in the country, so should be a good game. But I'll see Arizona. I'm coming out on top of that in Phoenix against Mike Cronin and the UCLA Bruins. Like I said, the 24th ranked team. They're gonna have an up and down season too, like I said. But who knows? Maybe by the end of the season they'll get it right. And coming in at number 25, a team that a lot of people are circling for this season to look out for and watch is the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. A lot of people have high hopes for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, including my Big Blue Crew member, Coach Ed Gladney, man, Amazing World of Sports, big Rutgers fans, everything Rutgers, New Jersey. So he will be streaming Rutgers game this season, basketball games this season. So you got to look out for that and stuff like that. But Rutgers, like I said, they are the number 25th ranked team in the country. And people are asking how. How are they number 25 ranked with the job that the coach has done with recruiting? On this Rutgers team, they have two players in the top five, two top five recruits coming out of high school, two of the most talked about high school recruits coming in this year, right up there with Cooper Flag and stuff like that. So everybody wonder how are they ranked 25? People don't think how Rutgers should be ranked much higher than 25. And I think I kind of agree. They should be ranked much higher with two top five recruits coming in this year. And I'll name their starting lineup is going to be, of course, Dylan Harper, the number 4 recruit in the ESPN high school high school basketball. Everybody is high on Dylan Harper. They can't wait to see what he's going to do here at Rutgers. He's the in-state kid. They got to keep him home. Also, Jeremiah Williams is the other starter. And they got a transfer from Merrimack is Jordan Durkak from Merrimack. And then the highest rated recruit, like I said, the one that everybody been talking about, Ace Bailey, number 2 recruit in ESPN 100 high school. Everybody, like I said, you could argue he could be the number 1 recruit over Cooper Flag. So everybody is high on Ace Bailey, like I said. So Rutgers Scarlet Knight fans are giddy right now about Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey at Rutgers. See if they could turn that program around and make them one of the top college programs this year, even get into the Final Four and stuff like that. That's how high of confidence that Rutgers fans have with the Scarlet Knights. Like I said, the job that their coach have done, Coach Pike. And also rounding out their starting lineup would be Zach Martini. So he's a transfer from Princeton. So their starting 5 is Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey, Jeremiah Williams, Jordan Durkak, Ace Bailey, and Zach Martini will be the starting lineup for Rutgers. But now, like I said, can that change? It can change, but you never know. But right now, Rutgers is the top 25 team. They are the last team in the top 25. Like I said, a lot of people are wondering how they are number 25. People feel like Rutgers should be much higher than 25. And like I said, time will tell. And I agree. I think they should be higher than 25. And I'm waiting to see them this year. Like I said, with Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper, see what they can do and things like that. But like I said, looking out the top 25, there's some teams that kind of surprised me this year. Yeah, there's some teams that surprised me. Like I said, I'm thinking Purdue is a little bit too high for number 16. Let me see what other teams here. The Arkansas Razorbacks, another team at number 14. I think they're a little bit high for right now because, like I said, they also have guys that got to adjust to Calipari and stuff like that. You got to mold these guys too and get them some chemistry and things like that. They got a lot of new players at Arkansas. I think 14 is a little bit too high. They should have been ranked a little bit lower. I think Rutgers should have been up there somewhere around like 14th or 13th like that because I think Rutgers is ranked way too low at number 25 and stuff like that. But like I said, you can leave your comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think, about this top 25 list and how you feel. And also talk about your team, like whatever your team is, or if you didn't see your team in there, if you didn't see your team in there, like I said, doesn't mean that they're not going to be in there during the season, so it's just, like I said, that top 25 list is just a way too early list. That's all it is, man. A way too early list. That's all it is. Nothing to write home about. Cause like I said, by the time the season starts, the tournament starts, teams start losing or teams start winning, they start going up and down and the rankings start changing and stuff like that. So teams that's not in the top 25, they can slip into the top 25. Teams that's in the top 25 can slip out. So, whoever gets out, somebody else comes up in there. But like I said, so college basketball, like I said, it should be fun this season, man. Like I said, for the most part, a lot of these sports should be fun this season, man. NFL, NBA, college basketball, like I said, there's more parity now in college basketball, like I said, because of the NIL deal, the transfer portal, guys are leaving, and new guys are transferring out. They don't have to sit out no more. They could come to your school, they could play, get paid, get out of there. However, what I'm saying. But like I said, coming this season, like I said, my team, like I said, Duke. I'm looking to see what. Cooper Flag. Everybody's seeing Cooper Flag. I'm looking to see what the other recruits are going to do, like Isaiah Evans. I want to see, and Cayman Maluk, the center from the Sudan. I want to see what he could do. Also, Darren Harris, the shooter. You know what I'm saying? And Khan Nipel, the shooter from Wisconsin out of high school. So I'm looking forward to that. Also looking forward to, like I said, Rutgers basketball this year, seeing Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper, how they carry that team. And, because right now they're ranked 25, but hey, if them guys can carry that team, they can move them all the way from 25 up into the top 10. That's going to be a big question that everybody will want to see, if they could carry a team and how they react to playing college basketball. Also, UConn, back-to-back national champs. Can they three-peat? Something that hasn't been done in a very, very, very long time. The odds are stacked against, to repeat to have back-to-back three national championships in a row. But like I said, if anybody can do it, it could be Dan Hurley and UConn, but they're going to have a lot of competition. And some people felt like they lost a little bit too much, when they lost Klingon and Stephon Castle. I forgot Tristan Newton, another one that high score last year. And Cam Spencer. So they lost a lot, man. They lost like four-fifths of their starting lineup. So that's a big loss, But like I said, to try to three-peat again, it's going to be a very, very hard sell, man. So that should be good. But like I said, college basketball is going to be great. Like I said, on the Big Blue Crew Sports Network, what we're going to do, we're going to stream college basketball games this season. We're going to stream the top games. You know what I'm saying? So you're always going to look out for that during the week. All the top games, we're going to get in there and see which one we're going to stream. And we're going to stream it, bring it to you, man. Because like I said, this season, we're going to bring you a lot of sports, man. College basketball, NBA, college football this season. That's another thing. We're going to stream some college football games and stuff like that so we can watch it, watch along and things like that, have your reaction and things like that. So it should be great on the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. And like I said, also you can scroll up to the top in this chat. The Big Blue Crew Sports Network the link is in here. Please go and subscribe to that network. Like I said, that's where all our video contents will be, at the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. So you don't have to miss any action. You can go back, watch replays and things like that. So please subscribe to the Big Blue Crew Sports Network if you haven't already. And also subscribe to all the members of the Big Blue Crew Sports. Myself, Man-Cave Podcast, Coach Ed Gladney's Amazing World of Sports, NYG Unpopular Opinion Sports, Big Pat Sports Talk, G Nation Inside Sports with Big Lou, Wales to New Jersey, Miz in the Midday, Alex Big Blue in the Bronx, Mac the Giants fan, Knicks Cast, and all the Big Blue Crew Sports Network, man. And let's talk about whatever I had to. Some NBA talk, man. NBA talk. Let's go with some NBA. Too much of the NBA. I think there's just like more people want to like the NBA season. So of course the NBA season will kick off with the Knicks playing the Celtics in Boston on October 22nd, when the Celtics are giving their rings and stuff like that. So everybody be tuning into that game. So see if the Knicks could win that game in Boston and ruin the Celtics ring ceremony. And also that night, the second game would be the Timberwolves Ant-Man against the Los Angeles Lakers in LA. So that'll be a doubleheader in the NBA and things like that. And coming to the season, like I said, the NBA this season is going to be lit. Like I said, people will be looking forward to these games in the NBA. Like I said, a lot of teams got better this year in the NBA. Like I said, especially in the East, the West. Like I said, all these teams, it's going to be parity in the NBA, man. You got the top teams in the West. You know what I'm saying? Like what is it? The Timberwolves. The OKC, Oklahoma City Thunder. You got Denver. You got Sacramento. You got and a sleeper surprise team could be the Houston Rockets. A lot of people picking the Rockets to be a sleeper team, out west and stuff like that, and for good reasons. They had a good season last year, but a team that I think everybody's sleeping on is going to be the Memphis, the Grizzlies. With Ja Morant coming back, You know, he missed last season, so he's coming back. That's going to be a big boost. You know, you already got Desmond Bain, you got Jaron Jackson, and then in the draft, they drafted Zach Edey, who, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people are saying that he might be too slow for the NBA and things like that. I don't think he will be. I think he's going to be all right, you know, and he's going to cause a problem because, like I said, his size, you know, running up and down the court, he's going to be a guy in there. He can block shots and guys that can block shots and things like that. And also on the offensive side, causes what's called double teams and stuff like that with his size and things like that. Be a post presence for the Memphis Grizzlies, you know. So that could be a team. Like I said, that's the people sleeping on is Memphis, man. Because when Ja Morant was there a couple of seasons ago, Memphis were one of the top teams in the West. So he was going last year, so that kind of knocked him down. But he's going to be right there, man. You know, you can't sleep on Memphis. You said Sacramento's going to regress. I mean, yeah, they possibly could. You know, they got DeMar DeRozan. They swapped them out with Harrison Barnes, so that could be good for them. You know what I'm saying? With De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis, you know, and yeah, and they could regress too, you know, but they will be one of the top teams out there, one of the top 8 teams and stuff like that. You know, they gave the Warriors all they can handle like a couple of seasons ago before De'Aaron Fox's injuries. You know, yeah, Memphis rises back to near the top out west. Yeah, they're gonna be one of the teams. They're gonna be one of the teams out there. Like I said, people sleeping on them. You know, and Ja Morant will be back. Like I said, hopefully, like I said, it do turn out that way, man. It would be great if the Grizzlies can get back there. The Pistons, they both can stay healthy, can just be playing teams. Yeah, that I mean, like I said, Rockets are a surprise, a team that a lot of people has as their sleeper team out west. You know, as far as the Pistons, a lot of people don't really have too much faith in the Pistons right now because, again, like I said, they got a lot of young talent. They just got to learn how to play together, and then now they have a new head coach again because they got rid of Monty Williams, so they got Bickerstaff from Cleveland. He's a good coach, so yeah, it'll take him a little bit of time, but he should get those guys right and stuff like that. So the Pistons is going to have another season. Like I said, they're going to have to get their continuity together and their chemistry together and stuff like that, you know. So I could see that happening, man. But yeah, with the Pistons, I don't see them as a play-in team. Yeah, I actually do. The Pelicans, I actually do with the Pelicans, man. I think they're the real deal because I know they probably people say they don't have no center, but I got to see who's their center. I think they picked the rookie out of Baylor or something like that to play center. He's a 7-foot guy or something like that. But Zion dropping weight makes him the real deal. That's the thing with Zion is the injuries, man. If he could curb that injury thing and all that stuff, Zion is a problem when he's on the court. He's always producing on the court, you know. And plus, you got to remember too, they got DeJounte Murray. So DeJounte Murray is a point guard that they kind of needed because CJ McCollum really is not a point guard. He's a 2 guard trapped in a point guard's body. And we all know he can shoot that rock. So now you got DeJounte Murray that can handle the rock and get those guys in position and things like that. That'll be great for CJ McCollum to go back to his natural position, the 2-guard position. Brandon Ingram, Zion, you know what I'm saying? Herb Jones, all those guys, Trey Murphy the third and stuff like that. So yeah, the Pelicans, like I said, that's a team. If they can stay healthy, they're another team they're one of the top teams out west and stuff like that. You know, so their whole thing is health. You know what I'm saying? If they can stay healthy, you know what I'm saying? And with the addition of DeJounte Murray, that should be a big boost for them and stuff like that. And I think that's another team that I think people's going to sleep on those guys with DeJounte Murray because I think a lot of people don't know, you know, DeJounte Murray is a part of the Pelicans, you know what I'm saying? And I think people just forget about that because, you know, as NBA season is not yet, you know what I'm saying? People forget about things and, you know, because even me, I'll go back. I'll be like, oh, man, I forgot this guy's on the team. You know what I'm saying? I forgot they made their trade, this trade. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I can't wait for the NBA season. It's going to be great. You already know out east, you know, my New York Knicks, you know what I'm saying? I can't wait on the season. The Knicks, the Celtics, the 76ers, the Bucks. I mean, yo, they're going to be battling it out, you know, the Cavs, the Heat, Orlando. It's going to be so good. The NBA is going to be great this year, man. All we want is health, man. If we can get some health, like I said, it's going to be a great, great NBA season, man. And there's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of parity in the league. That's what you want is parity. You don't want 1 or 2 teams and everybody else is just garbage. You want some real competition to really see the team. And like I said, and I know Celtics fans will get on me, but the Boston Celtics had the easiest road to a championship of any team I've ever seen in the history of sports. I mean, every team they play was injured. You know, they had some injuries on these other teams. And don't get me wrong, the Celtics had injuries too, where KP was out too. But these other teams had injuries. Every team they played in the playoffs had some injuries that they had to deal with. And the Celtics, like I said, they had an easy road to the championships. And even Celtics fans will tell you that, like, you know, a lot of teams they played this year. But I mean, the Celtics are a good team. But like I said, I really would wish to see them against really, really, really good team, man. Really, really good teams. Yeah, the show's been real hot, man. You've been grinding hard on this show. Salute. Thank you, bro. Also, Indiana got lucky. Y'all playoffs gone long. I got to call it what it was. Yeah, man. It was going to be a great playoff series. I was waiting. You know what I'm saying? We was right there, man. Little, you know what I'm saying? The Nemhard 3-point shot was a killer backbreaker. But had we won that game, I think we'd have been up like 3-0 or something like that, or 3-1 or something like that. So that one shot changed a little bit. Then, you know, of course, Brunson breaks his hand and stuff like that. And that was about it and stuff like that. But we'll see those guys again. Like I said, that's another thing. Indiana, they're going to be there too. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be, yeah, man. Basketball, the NBA, like I said, sports this year in general is going to be great. NFL, NBA, college basketball, college football, you know what I'm saying? Well, college football going on right now and stuff like that. I think Florida State is playing Georgia Tech. I haven't checked on the score yet. The last time I checked, you know what I'm saying? Let me see their score. NCAA football. It looked like it's tied up 14 apiece and stuff like that in the third quarter. FSU and Georgia Tech, you know. Nobody's going to take the Pelicans seriously until they have to. Pelicans would have to get to the second round, maybe beyond. Yeah, and you know what? And like I said, that's fair, man. That's true. You know what I'm saying? The reason that they don't take the Pelicans seriously is, like I said, because of injuries. They've been one of the banged up teams and stuff like that over the last couple of seasons. But like I said, to me, they never really truly had a point guard. You know what I'm saying? And DeJounte Murray is he's a legit point guard for them. You know, like I said, the CJ McCollum thing, yeah, he's a shooter and all that stuff. He's not really a point guard and stuff like that. I thought that was one of the things that they really were missing as a New Orleans Pelicans team was a true point guard. And DeJounte Murray is a true point guard. He's a two-way player, a double-double, you know what I'm saying, assist, rebound. He's a defensive player. And like I said, he'll get his and he'll get everybody else involved and stuff like that. I think that's what they was missing. So that's another element, you know, that the Pelicans add to their team with speed at the point guard position with Murray and McCollum, the shooter and stuff like that. Like I said, all they got to do is stay healthy. Brandon Ingram has to stay healthy, and everybody knows Zion has to stay healthy because if them guys are healthy and they're there, the Pelicans are going to be a problem. And their center position, you know, they lost Jonas Valanciunas, you know, but like I said, they got the rookie from Baylor, you know, how well he works out, you know what I'm saying? Or they might go to a more experienced big man to make a trade for and stuff like that. We'll see. But like I said, they are a good team. They're going to be a good team. See, Golden State is about to crash this season unless Curry and Hill can carry all year long. That's another thing. Golden State. Yeah, man. I mean, they lost Klay Thompson, not to say, you know what I'm saying, one of their all-time great players for the Warriors and stuff like that. Splash Brothers. Now it's just Curry there with Buddy Hield and Wiggins and Draymond and stuff like that. So, yeah, they're going to have a tougher time this season, man, you know what I'm saying? And I think Golden State kind of know that and stuff like that. But we'll see what Curry does and stuff like that. But as far as I think their window is just closed, you know what I'm saying? They had a great run. I mean, nobody could take that away from the Warriors. They had a great run, but I think they was trying to get Laurie Markkinen and I don't know, was trying to get Paul George or something like that, but it never worked out that way. And it looked like they got a goose egg and stuff like that. So they have to roll with what they got. They got Buddy Hield, you know what I'm saying? So they got to roll with what they got. And I don't think they got enough, you know, to catch up to those other top teams out there. You know, like I said, these guys are they're going to be a problem. You know, Minnesota, OKC is going to be a big problem. Memphis now with Ja back, you know what I'm saying? And that's another thing. Ja got to get acclimated, you know, back to the Memphis team. But like I said, they should be good. They should be right there, man. They should be right there. But yeah, NBA is going to be great, man. Like I said, out west, out east, like I said, parity. Great rivalries. There's going to be some great games this season. Everybody can't wait. You know what I'm saying? We can't wait to see who's going to cut down the nets, you know, and the NBA, get to the NBA finals and things like that. You know, I'm biased. I'm a Knicks fan. So I feel like, yeah, if we healthy, we fully healthy, we should be there. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a great series against Boston. Philadelphia is another great team. They improved a lot too in the offseason. Tip my hat off to them, you know what I'm saying? They got Paul George, you know what I'm saying? They got Andre Drummond, Caleb Martin, who's that? Eric Gordon, Drummond. So, and then they drafted Jared McCain. So, yeah, the 76ers, it's going to be great, man. Their thing is just like the Knicks, health. They got to stay healthy. Embiid got to stay healthy. Paul George got to stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing with them is health, man. So, it's been great. But like I said, yeah, I want to thank everybody for coming through, man, for checking out this episode from the Big Blue Crew Sports Network on college basketball, NCAA Top 25, man. Thanks to Neymar for coming through. Coach Ed Gladney, Amazing World of Sports, bro. As always, Wales to New Jersey. RC, man, you've been holding it down all day in the chat, man. RC, Captain El, Rafichudo, El Capitan. Everybody go subscribe, man, to RC All Hawkeye, Caitlin, man, Fever, Aces channel, man. Like I said, give great content, man. As far as like Iowa Hawkeyes, you know what I'm saying? The Las Vegas Aces. Big support of WNBA basketball, NCAA women's basketball, man. And I know you was talking, you might do some NBA and stuff like that. You already know, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you plug your channel in there too, man. And you can plug your channel in the chat if you want, man. You know what I'm saying? So that way people can go subscribe to you. I want to thank everybody for tuning into the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. You know what I'm saying? Also with the Man-Cave podcast. And I'm your host, S. God. Please, man, hit that like and subscribe, man. And also share on all social media platforms. Like I said, man, the more likes and subscription we get, the better it's for the algorithm and things like that, and also help the channel, man. Let's grow this channel. Let's subscribe to the Big Blue Crew Sports Network, because this is going to be your channel this season for all sports, man. Like I said, it's going to be basketball, football, boxing, MMA, UFC, things like that. So we come with all different kind of sports, man. So just tap in this season, man, and stuff like that. But until next time, man, we're gonna check guys out. It's like, yo, it's Scott. It's like the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. Like I said, make sure you tap in, hit that like and subscribe button. Also share it, man. All right, like I said, and RC, like I said, make sure you put your channel in there and stuff like that. So until next time, like I said, tonight we'll probably be streaming the Giants game, Giants and Jets, 7:30 the game tonight and stuff like that. So I'll be on there with Big Pat and them and stuff like that. So that's what we'll be at tonight, man. And also Leather to the Face, G Nation Inside Sports should be on tonight about 9 or 10 o'clock. So you could tap into that. But also, like I said, if you subscribe to the Big Blue Crew Sports Network, you'll see when we go live and stuff like that. And we're gonna be on live a lot, man. So you'll see this channel somebody's always gonna be live on there, man. So make sure you go tap in, man. So until next time, man. See you guys next time, man. Thanks for checking out, the Big Blue Crew Sport Network, also the Man-Cave podcast, man. See you guys next time.
Who's got the rocket launcher? I say we blow it up. Now fire that thing.
It's for the city of sports, playing with a giant Nick. With my man S. God.
That's him.
You feel the vibe?
That's me.
We going live.
That's us.
That like button shared, you been subscribed.
Stadium.
That MetLife Big Blue, home of the Braves.
Yeah.
That turnpike you can see, that's where the game's played. NFL one day, then it's the NBA. Madison Square Garden, that's where the Knicks play. This that NY Logan, North don't get broken. Legalized mean this shit smoking. I'm on topic, dropping another episode. The game winner, trade, maybe a field goal. Everybody right now doing the wave. You tune in, the show called The Man-Cave. I see the chat, they always doing their thing. Big views, 85-inch screen. The game's on, you rush and bleed. Stay calm, you on the road and chill. To the watch along, the show's on. The host, you know it's S-God. It's no telling, the panel filled with guest stars. You're now rocking with the voice, you know what it is. It's your boy J Boogie. You're now rocking with my man S-God. I support him to the fullest, you heard? My man Mike Blaze. This is Alter Production. What that mean, we about to alter everything that's playing. Tune in. My man S-God G-O-D. Support the show. Subscribe, share it. Most importantly, hit that like button.